Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Saturday morning VIV training. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Brian Dalmasso, and we're just going to go over a little bit of content and training this morning, and then we're going to get right into building our businesses. The whole purpose of this Saturday morning meeting is not to just sit back and listen. It's to take out your list, take out your phones, and we're going to go to work for about an hour, reaching out to people. And our job on this training is to teach you and give you some phraseology, some texting that you can say to people to pique interest. So before we get into that, I just want to review, for those of you that are building teams, which I assume is everybody, there's really just a couple of key things we got to do in this business. Let's not overcomplicate it. When you have a brand new consultant in your business, you just want to share the vision and the system that we have, right? Now, we show this business every Tuesday night on a webinar. You can bring people to that webinar. We do all the heavy lifting. We answer the questions. We fully show them this business, right? So all you need to do is pique their interest, and you can bring them to a Tuesday night webinar. That's one thing we do. The other thing that I'm suggesting we do, and I can't force you guys, I think a very viable part of your business model is this Saturday morning training. Because you don't have to know anything in this business. You can bring them here, and we're going to teach your people the fundamentals of network marketing and as it relates to this business. So if you can just show up for Tuesday nights and show up for Saturday mornings, meaning you and your team, for the next 52 weeks, you'll have a very big, robust business, and you'll also be world-class network marketers, because the information we're sharing, I learned from the world's best professionals in this industry. It's not my information. We've just been really good students. Me, Matt, Kenny, some of the people on the call here, we've developed these skills we're going to share with you and your team. So if we can get them, get people showing up for Tuesday nights, show up for Saturday mornings. We have a Sunday night call. Which I know it's Sunday night, but it's at 9 o'clock. Kids should be sleeping. It's usually about 20 minutes. It's not a big thing, but that's more of we're sharing the tips and tricks for the week and kind of getting people inspired every single week. So we bring new content. It's usually me, Matt, Kenny. We have guests. So that Sunday night call is a good way to kind of get kick-started for the week. So you hit Monday off and running. So it's just a matter of showing up for a few things, and then the big thing, guys, is blocking this out in your calendar. If we don't ever block out time for this business, you will never be successful in this business. There's no business on the planet that you can't schedule time for that'll be successful. Does that make sense? So people in network marketing tend to try to just do it when it's convenient. And guess what? It's never convenient. It'll never be convenient. So look yourselves in the mirror, right? If you can't block out times to do this business, you might as well turn on your application. It's not going to work. And then you're going to blame the network marketing industry. So I just want to be really clear. This is a business. Now, you can run this business in 5 hours a week. I've done it. That's how I built my entire empire in the last business, right? But 5 very specific hours, and this is one of them. We come together. We're going to text Blitz. What we're doing today is we're booking appointments for all of next week, and you're going to see how that works. So, guys, first of all, commit to these things yourself. Next of all, don't sponsor somebody that's not willing to commit to 5 hours a week. It'll be a waste of both your times, and this is part of it. So the next thing I want to go over is the categories of people, right? One of the things for brand new network marketers is that there's people in their phone, or there's people in the list who are like, wow, it's the chicken list. They're not going to see this. They're already multimillionaires, or they're not going to see this. We start to disqualify all these people in our phone before we even reach out to them. Very common thing. So I want to give you a little tip on how to approach literally everybody in your phone, right? If they're under the age of 18, even then sometimes we can approach them because they can lead us to other people. But everybody in your phone, Facebook, LinkedIn, every person you've ever met on this planet falls into one of 3 categories, right? Either an A or a B or a C. Now, if they're an A, this is somebody that looks up to you for some reason. Maybe you earn more than them. Maybe you're older than them. Everybody has some people that look up to us for some reason, right? Those people, you can pretty much tell them, listen, I have a business idea I want to run by you. Let's grab a coffee, either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. It's a very short sentence, right? You can just text them, hey, how you been? Listen, I got something I want to run by you. Let's grab a coffee. So that's your A. Those are the people who look up to you. The B list is probably your biggest list. That's all your peers. Most of us here are what I would call peers, similar situations, similar incomes, entrepreneurs that are, going after it. People that are in your B list, you want to, it's more about asking their opinion. You know, so if I knew Harvey for the past 30 years, even if I hadn't seen him in 30 years, I might text Harvey, say, hey Harvey, how you been? And I'm just making this up. I see you're still in the real estate business, or I see you just retired. Listen, I got a business idea I want to run by you. I'd love to get your feedback on it. Plus, I'd love to catch up and see what you've been up to. Would it be okay if we grabbed a coffee one night this week or over the weekend? It'd be something like that. You're piquing their interest by relating it to what they already do. If I was talking to Kenny Clute, hey Kenny, listen, I see on Facebook you're still in construction. These houses you're building, oh my God, listen, I have a business idea I want to run by you. I'm not sure if it'd be a fit or not, but I'd love to catch up. Can we grab lunch? Can we grab a coffee one night, one day this week or over the weekend? So the key parts to this are relating it to what they already do. If I was talking to Matt Genta, Matt, I'd see you just moved back up from North Carolina. Love to see what's going on. I have a business idea I want to run by you. So we can always relate this to what people are doing. And then it's all about relating it. I have a business idea I want to run by you, not opportunity, not something you'd be awesome at. Oh my God, I got this thing. You'd be great at it. None of that stuff. I have a business idea I want to run by you. I'm not sure if it'd be a fit or not, but it's worth checking out. Plus, I'd love to catch up and see what you've been up to. So that's your B category. This is almost everybody, right? And then we have the C category, which is your chicken list, right? These are people that you look up to. This might be somebody that owns 1,000 properties. This might be somebody that's a multimillionaire. This might be somebody, if you're a student, this might be a teacher. This is for some reason you look up to them and you're probably nervous about approaching them about this business. So, and those are the people we want to approach first, by the way. Those are the ones that are going to be the most successful and the highest impact in this business. But our paradigm stops us from approaching them about what we think they're going to say, right? So the way you approach somebody like that, let's say it was a business owner such as myself, somebody's got, multiple revenue streams. I would ask myself, hey, Brian, I see you I see one of your companies is, really going well. Listen, I have a business idea I want to run by you. I'd really value your input on it. I don't think it would be for you, but I'd love to get your input because blah, blah, blah in business. So you actually kind of take it away. You're not saying it's for them. Matter of fact, you're saying it's probably not for them, but you want to get their business advice on it, right? Because you may know somebody that's either unemployed, or you may know somebody that's a property manager, or you may know somebody that's a realtor that this would be a fit for. So you're trying to really get their opinion and network through them, if that makes sense. Now, when I reach out to somebody, let's say Matt Payne was worth $100 million, and his tile company was franchised all over the nation. I might reach out to Matt as a builder that uses him and say, hey, Matt, listen, I see your company's been exploding. I'd love to know what you're doing, and I have a business idea. I really want to run it by you and get your advice on it, your opinion. Would it be okay if we grab 20 minutes, grab some lunch? I'd love to see what you thought about this. Right? I'm not asking him to do the business. I'm looking for his advice. And I would say that once the conversation got rolling, right, on a text, I would say, listen, it's probably not for you, but you probably know a lot of property managers and realtors and people in business that this might be for. And I want to get your opinion on it, because if you see it, I'd love to have you help me share this, something like that. Does that make sense? So ABC list, and we can work on this as we get going. Lastly, guys, what I want to do is share another way to share this idea with people that we learned. I'm going to actually put it in the chat. Just bear with me for a second. All right, I'm going to put this in the chat. All right, what you're seeing here, guys, another way we can text people, or even a conversation, right? Myself and some other entrepreneurs have been working on launching a new technology company that I believe is going to disrupt $1 billion industry. Now, you don't have to say all of that language, but some of it. The key words there is we're working on a new business idea that's going to disrupt $1 billion industry. I'd love to get your take on this. That's a great phrase, by the way. I'd love to get your take on this idea. It's not formal about, would you be willing to review my well thought out business plan? This is conversational, right? I'd love to get your take on this idea. I'm really excited. It's a technology similar to what Uber did in the transportation industry and what Airbnb is doing in the hotel industry. Believe me when I tell you, when you say that phrase, everybody knows that they missed the boat in Uber and Airbnb. Almost none of us, me included, invested in those companies. We always miss this stuff. It happens so fast. It only happens with the insiders, right? The general public always misses this stuff. So that phrase is very powerful. Now from here, there's a couple things you can do. You can say, we're sharing this business idea tonight at a live meeting. And you could, from one of the socials, you could say, we're sharing this business idea on Tuesday night webinar. You can invite them to the webinar. Or the most impactful thing is, again, would you have 15 minutes one night this week or over the weekend that I could run this by you? I'm a firm believer of one-on-one appointments. I love the Tuesday nights. I love the socials. To me, Tuesday night and the social is a second escalation. But if you're brand new, it's a good first escalation. If you're uncomfortable meeting people one-on-one right away, then bring them to meetings, bring them to webinars, right? And then you can even say this at the bottom. I'm not sure if it'd be a fit or not, but it's definitely worth taking a look. I'd love to catch up. Does that make sense, guys? So you might want to write this down. I have a whole list of these icebreakers that I already circulated to all of you guys. That if one of you doesn't have it, you can text me. But I'm going to add this into my texting. I think it's brilliant. You're relating it to Airbnb and Uber. And in case you didn't realize it, our autopilot energy service is a category disrupting service that doesn't exist anywhere on the planet. Right? The same way Uber doesn't own a single car, right? But they're the biggest car company in the world. Airbnb, they don't own properties, but they're the biggest hotel company or rental company in the world. VIV is not a third-party supplier, but we're going to be able to access all the third-party suppliers all over the place. Does that make sense? So we're bringing a category disrupting service, and I want you guys to understand what you're sitting on. You're literally sitting on what could be the next Uber, and you're also a founding member. So just think about that. Think about where you are. This is Ed Kenny did this presentation, and he said that. It really woke me up a little bit. So it's like, wow, you guys are literally sitting on the next Uber, but you probably just don't realize what you have in your hands, right? Because you've never been in that position before. You've never been an early investor in Uber or Microsoft or any of these things, right? But that's where you're at, and you're also a founding member. So you want to posture yourself like this is your company. This is not VIV, some other company. You're a founding member in VIV. You want to posture yourself. This is what I got. It's a startup company. We have a category disrupting technology. It's worth checking out. If it's not for you, it's not for you. That type of language, that makes sense? So that's what I got. What I'm going to do is just open it up. I want to start text blitzing. So what this is and what we want to do, and I'm going to be doing it right here with you, is you want to open up your phone or get your list out or open up Facebook, wherever your list of names is, and you want to start texting people, right? So it's not a matter of me just talking to you guys. It's break out your phones. The idea, in the next 45 minutes, I want you to text at least 30 people, 30 to 50 people, and I'm going to be doing the same thing. Now, the whole point of getting together and doing this, number one, it's accountability, right? Every Saturday morning, I'm going to be reaching, if you're reaching out to 30 to 50 people a weekend, you're going to have a massively successful business. You can't fail. It's just a numbers game, right? Even if only 2 of them respond, 2 people a week for the next 52 weeks is 104 people. See what I mean? It's a methodology to get you out of your own head, to take action and not worry about the results. When you're taking this kind of action, you can't help but be successful. Now, if we don't do something like this and you do this on your own at home, you're probably going to reach out to like 5 people a week. And you'll be lucky if one of them shows up, right? So that's not a business model. So let's get our phones out. The reason why we're here is myself, Matt, Kenny Haywood, there's a dozen people on this call that can help you with what to say. So if you're opening up your phone, you're going to the first person, and you don't know what to say to them, feel free to unmute yourself and tell us a little bit about the person, and we'll help you with what to say. Does that make sense, guys? All right, so let's, I'm going to do the same thing. I got my list here too. As soon as somebody has a question, just unmute yourself and fire away. The other thing, some of you new guys too, show your cameras too so we can see you. I don't care what you look like, because what I don't want is people just logging onto this webinar, pretending like they're showing up and not engaging. So if you're on here, I definitely want people to engage.
My dad's camera's broken.
That's all right. Your dad, I know your dad's taking. Your dad will talk to anybody. I love that guy. There's no flies on that guy.
Well, hey, Brian, I have a real quick question.
Sure, Jay. What's up, brother?
Okay, I've run this by you before, but maybe the whole group wants to hear it. I have a standard too that you always hear people say one thing. They go, "Yeah, that's great. I just don't like to be sold to," which is BS. You and I both know that's BS. But what would you say to someone that says, "I just don't like to be sold to"?
Yeah,
Don't.
no, that's a great question. Now, what you're relating that to is actually another business of ours because of a different approach. In this approach, if I say, "Hey, Jay, man, it looks like the band's doing great. It's been a few years. I'd love to catch up. I got something I want to run by you." That will not trigger anything for anybody to say, "I don't like to be sold." There's no sales there.
Right.
So the whole point of texting, guys, is you want to keep this short and sweet. You know what I mean? You don't want to launch into the name of the company is VIV, and we're doing energy products, and we're doing this, and we're doing. You don't want to sell them on the. But quite honestly, if you guys get that type of a statement, it means something was wrong in the text. Now, Jay, as that relates to our other business, you're correct because we are selling. But as it relates to this, we should be good. Let's see. Kenny's got a. Oh yeah, I'll send you guys. I'm gonna add this. This icebreaker to that Word document, and I'll send it out to you guys. And it's also gonna be in a Google Drive. All right. So if you guys are not part of the VIV Success Network YouTube channel, you have to be. Same with the Google Drive. I'm gonna share the link up to that because you guys as leaders, you want to be sharing this methodology with your team.
Okay.
Make sense? Because this is getting bigger and bigger. I'm not going to be able to keep sending this stuff. We want to have a common source, put it there. So make sure. So I'm gonna give you guys a couple more links to register for. Let me just bear with me for a second. I'll pull them up.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, sure thing.
Brian, real quick while you're doing that, can I ask a question?
Absolutely.
I got a bite from a friend of mine out in Wyoming right now. I didn't think he'd be up this early. What does it do? So once we get that initial interest, where are we driving folks? Are we asking them to set up a Zoom meeting? What information am I giving?
You have a lot of options here, and it all depends on your confidence, your skills, and the person. So there's several things we can do. You can invite them to the Tuesday night webinar, then you have to wait till Tuesday night. We also have recordings of the webinars. That's probably your best bet.
Okay, so that's what I've been doing up until now. They're a little bit longer, like at 29 minutes.
I need to record a shorter version. But there is option C. Like we all have access to the slide decks. You go to the VIV website, you can download the slide deck. And you can do a Zoom meeting, open up the slide deck, but just skim through it. Just hit the highlights. If you're confident in presenting this, you know what I mean? Personally, that's what I'm doing. Personally, when I one-on-one, I do it, and I skim through it. I do a 10-minute version, hitting the highlights of the slides that I feel are appropriate for that particular person. Like if they're a business person, I'll resonate with certain slides. If they're more about giving back and charity in the earth and green, you know what I mean? Then I hit some other slides. So I tailor it. So it really depends on your skill levels and where you're at. I am going to record it. I'll try to do it over the weekend. I'm going to record let me give myself a note, a shorter version, hopefully like a 10 or 15 minute version. And I know that's a little bit of an issue.
All right. So go out to our website and there's a slide deck on it, or the Google Drive. I'm sorry, I got a little confused there.
On the website, if you go to the launch site and start, I think it's on the
it's on the pre-launch site.
The pre-launch, justviv.com/pre-launch. And there's all kinds of materials there too for marketing this stuff. So like I said, it really depends on your level of comfort. So what was their response to? I missed some of that. I
sent your thing here in the chat, and he responded back with, "Oh, what does it do?" So yeah. I don't answer questions. I don't answer questions about stuff like that. I want to use the tool, and I just wanted to know what the tool was. This one is brand new to me, so I don't feel as practiced as maybe I have with other.
No worries. That's why we're here. That's why we're here. So what I would say to him, listen,
I don't feel like I'm ready to do a slide deck with him because you know what I mean.
Okay.
This is fresh for me.
No worries. What I would do is I would invite them to watch that webinar video with you. Don't send it to them.
Okay.
I would set up a Zoom meeting and watch it with them. Now, what I would say to them is that, listen, honestly, it's really too much to text you bits. I don't want to text you bits and pieces. It's going to get lost in translation. You know, you have time over the weekend or one night next week to spend about 20 minutes, I can show you. Something like that. Now, if they push back, the last ditch effort, you could send them the video. There's 10% chance they're going to watch it. You know, Kenny never does that. Kenny Cludier, for these guys know him. If they're not willing to spend, you know, 20 minutes or a half hour sitting down, they're probably not going to be a good entrepreneur candidate anyway. Anybody that's entrepreneurial is always looking for ideas. Like I will always take the time to watch a new idea. Always. So just understand that the thinking of the person you're talking to, if they won't take the time to view this properly, you're wasting your time giving them bits and pieces. That makes sense? And just be at peace with this, because this is only going to be for 10% of the people you talk to. We need to go through the numbers, right? Now, here's the thing, though. The better you get at this, your numbers will increase. Right? If I talk to 2.6 people, one of them signing as a consultant, and I'm not saying that to impress you. I'm saying that to impress upon you. You will build your skills if you keep showing up. Your numbers, your ability to translate the vision of what we're doing into that other person's mind is going to become greater. You're going to have a lot more success. That's why we show up every Saturday. You're going to hear the language. You're going to see what's working. You're going to text blitzing. You will become a professional just by showing up, you know, Saturdays for the next year.
Right. Thanks,
Okay.
Guy. I'm going to ping him back real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, so the YouTube channel, guys, VIV Success Network. Go hit that, subscribe to it. Anytime we add a video, you're going to get a notice. This video is going to end up there, by the way. All the trainings, all the presentations. When I make the shorter version clips, everything we do lands on the YouTube channel called VIV Success Network. We also have a Facebook page that you should be part of, called the VIV Success Network Facebook page. And I'm going to find the Google Drive. Find that link for you.
Hey, Brian, quick question.
Sure thing, Brad.
I just sent a friend of mine who lives in Texas and sent him a text saying, hey, I want to catch up with you or have a business idea. And he just called me right now.
I love it.
So I wasn't prepared for that. So I might have to step out of the room for a second to call him back.
No, that's good. Yeah, call him back.
I'll see if I can just set it up. I'll set it up for.
Yeah. Here's the outline. Be excited. Category disrupting technology.
Yep.
Right? You're part of a team. You have business partners. I'm one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And quite honestly, this is new to me. What I'd love to do is get you on the phone with my business partner. You know what I mean? If you wanted to flake, but if you have a chance, just tell them. Listen, we have an outline. I can show it to you. It's about 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So when do you have a chance to get on? Do you know how to run Zoom?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do that. Set up a Zoom meeting. But go ahead and call them. Just don't let the cat out of the bag. Don't let them pull it out of you.
Gotcha.
And listen, we're not trying to be cagey or evasive. We're trying to follow a system.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because if he can pull it out of you and then start Googling everything and go down a whole other path, that means everybody he shows, if he comes, he'll do the same thing. So he's going to do what you do.
Okay.
So if you pull the meeting, let's get on a Zoom,
All right, cool.
But then that's what he's going to do. That's the duplication. So, yeah, good job, man. That does happen, so.
All right. I'll be right back.
All right, man.
Hey, Brian, let's get the Google Drive thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm working on right now. I'm going to give you guys a link.
Okay, thanks.
Let's see. I just got to find it here.
Brian, can I read this response to you really quick?
Good thing.
Do you mind?
No, that's what we're here for.
Okay. I don't want you to miss anything in text, but I do have a recording of our last presentation. Do you have 20 or 30 minutes to jump on a video call with me this weekend or a night next week?
Yeah, I would keep it a little more, try to make it a little more conversational. Presentation is presentation might lead them to think of
Okay.
something. I have, let's see. I would say
some information.
I don't want to get lost in translation. It's much easier to show you. Can we get on a Zoom?
Okay, that's good.
Very conversational.
Okay.
Let me see if this works, guys. All right, there's the link. Why don't some of you guys? Oh, that went to Kenny privately. Everyone, here we go. So there's the Google Drive link. Why don't some of you guys try that to make sure that it works?
I get on it.
Perfect. When you guys are bringing new people in, that's what you want to do too, right? Make sure they understand their website, get them connected to the Facebook page, get them connected to the VIV Success Network YouTube channel in the Google Drive. This is their business in a box, right? Hey Kenny, what time is that training in Worcester today? Is that at 11?
11 o'clock, yeah.
You know
Row 57.
Yeah, why don't you type that in the chat box there, guys? There's a live training for you guys that are in Massachusetts, anywhere within an hour of Worcester. Robert McFadden is doing a live training. Kenny will type in the address there. And if you don't know Rob, I mean, Rob has spent his whole life in sales. He's a master salesperson. He's got a lot of very high level training that's easy to adopt, and he's doing a live training in Worcester. If at all possible, I don't know if they're gonna. Wonder if they're gonna record that. Joe Dalton will probably record that, huh?
I would assume so. He records everything.
Yeah, let me see what's up with that.
I can ask him.
Yeah, give him a buzz or whatever. And it's Saturday morning, some people have, they have appointments that they just can't get out of. But then there's the whole other people that are just, they have this business and they're not on here and they're just sitting home or they're going to, cleaning the house. You're going to have a good idea of who you should be working with by the people that show up for Tuesday nights and Saturday mornings. Who it's going to be worth spending one-on-one time with. That's what I'm looking at who's here. These are people that I'm going to invest my time with. Right? If somebody starts this business and they engage part-time, then I'll, it's not that I'm not going to work with them. It's just It'll be over group text, group training. I'm not going to spend one-on-one time with them. I'm not going to spend personal time with them. And it's not, you're just trying to run your business efficiently, right? You're trying to understand who's running, who's engaging. So when you have a team, when you start to build a team, if they're willing to show up for this stuff, those are the people you can spend your time with. All right, who's got more than 10 texts out? Dave, you're crushing it. Jeff Gardner, anybody else?
I do, Brian. It's Lisa.
Oh, sweet. I should have figured that. You probably got 20 or 30.
Oh, I have 18.
That's close. Hey, Lisa, what do we have today for the person who texts the most people?
We have, would you like me to hold it up?
Yeah,
I will. I mean, there's leaders on here, right? Because I see some of the same people jumping on. So why don't we do another 5-pack? We want to get these out.
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right. So the person who texts the most people this morning will get a 5-pack of this incredibly amazing book, Freakishly Effective Social Media for Network Marketing. And for those of you that have already won, we just got them in at the end of towards the end of this week. So I will get them out to you today. But this book is incredible. It walks you through, it's a short read. It's not, long, but the content that's in here is extremely effective. And it takes you through basically just setting up and walking through and working, your whole branding business on social media. And the skills that are in here, Ray and Jessica Higdon mainly did it on Facebook, but you can apply these same skills to LinkedIn, Instagram. I know that there's, Snapchat and all that other stuff, but the stuff that's in here can be used on any platform. So it really is, it's an awesome prize. So keep texting.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, Lisa did a really good training, and we're going to do another one specifically as it relates to social media, building this business through social media. Now that recording is up on the YouTube channel. So you guys can go there and get the benefits of that recording. Because Lisa's been crushing it on social media and really become a master at studying all the different pros out there. And she actually, between her and Russ, they actually broke through to Ray Higdon and became friends with him and established this whole relationship. So that training that she's doing got her to Ray Higdon, right? That same type of training. So, and I'm instituting this too. I have several businesses that I'm instituting this social media activity. It's the right way to use the social media to build your business. So guys, I just sent a text to two power couple that I know. They're pretty successful people in general. And I didn't mention anything about the business idea. It's been a while since I talked to them. And I just said, hey guys, how have you been? How's the consulting business going? I know they quit corporate America to start a consulting business. I said, it's been a while. I'd love to catch up. That's all I sent. Right? So you're gonna get a flavor for how much of something you should send or not, I'm just trying to reestablish connection and communication, if that makes sense.
Brian, I just reached out to someone on Facebook that I'm friends with, but I don't know her personally. And I wrote, just complimenting her and just saying how I love her positivity and drive. And I thanked her for being so supportive because she's always supporting me on my posts on Facebook. And I asked her, I sent that script that you posted in the chat. And she just said she would definitely take a look after Easter weekend.
Okay, so put it on your calendar to follow up after. Thank her for her time. Hope you have a great weekend. I'll follow up.
Okay.
Yep.
That script works good.
Oh, it's just there's a lot going. There's a lot of NLP going on in there. And make sure everybody, that script, you don't necessarily want to cut and paste it word for word. You want to massage it to the person. There's some technical things. Jen, especially, if people know that you're in hairdressing, you might want to shift the language a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
So myself and some entrepreneurs are launching a tech company, but I'm a hairdresser. You know what I mean? There's going to be a mental disconnect there. So it might be myself and some other friends instead of entrepreneurs. It depends on who you're sending it to, but it might, myself and some friends, we came across a new tech company. That's like, oh my God, I just found the next Microsoft. You see what I mean though?
Yeah, I actually took out the part about the Tuesday night Zoom meeting.
Oh, no, matter of fact, I gave you guys don't want to copy and paste that whole thing because I gave you like 4 different responses at the end. Make sure you don't do that.
Yeah, I took some stuff out.
Good. Okay, good. But does that make sense? No, if you're a stay-at-home mom and you put yourself into, like, myself and some entrepreneurs are launching a tech company, nobody's going to buy it. You know what I mean? It's
Right.
one thing, if I say that I'm a mechanical engineer, of course I'm launching a tech company. So you want to be careful, but you want to associate yourself with the next Airbnb. That's the goal of that. It's association, mental association. Somehow associate yourself with the next Uber, and then the NLP will be working and you'll pique some interest.
Hey, Brian, just to comment on that, obviously I'm a stay-at-home mom, but on my LinkedIn profile, I have, entrepreneur, mobile-based business owner.
Yeah.
So mobile-based business owner, I don't, put anything about being a stay-at-home mom on LinkedIn until I get into conversation with people. So just thinking about that title, mobile-based business owner, obviously, what are we using right now? It's our phones, right? We know we can do this.
Yeah.
I think I've gotten a lot of conversation around that specific header. Mm-hmm. So just an FYI, throwing it out there.
No, that's perfect. And quite honestly, Lisa, you did come from a 6-figure corporate position. So anybody that knows you, it would be believable that you might be involved with some entrepreneurs that are starting a tech company. That make sense? So when we're reaching out to people we know, just realize they know what they know about us. They know what they think they know about us. So you just want it to be believable and digestible. All right, who's got over 20 texts? Jay, awesome. Lisa. Dave's just going like a madman. His fingers I see flames coming off of his phone. Anybody stuck? Anybody stuck not knowing what to say?
I mean, it depends on the person. I mean, I just sent out 4 text messages. I mean, a lot of my friends know how direct I am, with the music business. I'm like, hey, dude, watch this and get back to me like ASAP now. And some people I can do that with.
I'm glad you brought that up, right? So we all have those type of relationships. You can cut right to the chase. And you always want to use the language that you use with people. You know what I mean?
I wasn't done with that.
So if you're that's all right. If you're texting somebody, you can be very direct, especially people we know. What's up, mofo? How's it been? Listen, check this out. Right? And send it. We those are people in your A-list though, right? They're gonna watch it because they're that close to you. So you don't want to go a big elaborate spiel with somebody that we know we can have connectivity with. Does that make sense? And all I'm doing here, the icebreaker that I just gave you is for more of somebody, more than somebody that's lukewarm. This would not be your best friend. Your best friend, you'd say, hey man, I think I found the next Uber. Let's grab a coffee. That would be the text. Dude, I think I found the next Uber. We gotta meet. And I would say it just like that, dude, ... I think I found the next Uber, space, we got to get together, exclamation, right? Talk conversationally. And that would be the text.
Hey, Brian, so I got off the phone with my friend. I definitely piqued his interest, but I think he wants to see something first. So would I just send him the webinar video?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Send him the last one we did. I think it was pretty good. It's gonna show them what's up. The piece that you need to add that's not in there is the Uber Airbnb relation. I'm gonna record a new one next Tuesday night. I'm gonna have a slide in there. We're gonna make that association right out of the gate.
Okay. Well, I did write that down, so I got it.
Perfect.
Awesome. Thanks.
Yeah. Now, guys, here's the other thing. I'm gonna for those of you that are new, we have a software coming out inside of the next 4 weeks that literally automates everything that we're doing, right? Most of you know about this, but if you don't know, we have a software we're gonna be using as a team that it compiles your entire list of people. It goes into your phone, Facebook, LinkedIn, all your emails. It compiles everybody into one easy-to-use list. And what it's going to do is bring up like 20 people a day. Whatever you program it to do, it'll bring up 10 names a day, 20 names a day. It'll bring up 100 names on a Saturday. So when we do this text blitz, you can just go to your little Network Ninja app and it'll automate it for you. It's also going to bring up what to say. It's going to have half a dozen possible texts that you could start with and massage and send, right? So it's going to do that. It's also going to keep track of follow-up. When you do a text blitz like this today, right now you guys have to manually keep up with it. Who got back to me? Who didn't, right? And I want you to do this too. You need to keep track of what you're saying to people, when you said it, and when you should follow up. Because there'll be a chunk of people today that don't even respond to you. Do not take offense to that. Do not take it personally. This happens all the time. If I put my phone down for 15 minutes and pick it up, I have 15 new texts from all different businesses. And as I'm going through them, sometimes I'm like, ooh, I got to get back to that person. But then my mind, it jumps to the next text and I keep going. I literally forget to get back to that person. This happens a lot with people. It's happened to you guys, I guarantee it. So don't take it personally if somebody doesn't respond to your text. What you do at the end of today, if somebody hasn't responded, you send the same thing to them tomorrow. Say, hey, listen, I'm not sure if you saw this or not. You're probably busy, but, and then you hit the same exact thing. So you want to put them on a one-day follow-up. Now, the people that get back to you, we're going to try to obviously get them to the next escalation, get them to a meeting. If you show them the business and they don't see it, then you want to put them on a 6-month follow-up. And you don't want to lose track of that, right? And this is why we were so successful in network marketing. I have a system. I never lose track of a lead. It's a manual system. But what I'm here to say to you guys is we have a software that's coming out that's going to keep track of all this stuff. You could have hundreds of conversations, and it's going to know. You're just going to click 6 months follow-up. Boom, it's going to go to your calendar. 6 months from now, they're going to come up again. So for those of you who don't have it, let me give you the link right here. That's the name. Whoop, I sent that to Jennifer privately. So for anybody that doesn't have the link, just shoot me an email or a text after this. I'll put my phone number in here. If you don't have the link, you can go there. And I'll also give you a registration link.
I just got a message, Brian, from Sherry, who's on the team. She texted me to let me know that she's in line getting a registration sticker, but she's text blitzing. So that's what I'm talking about. To what you were saying earlier, like that's what it takes. And that's what you can do. 15 minutes here, you're in line here, you're waiting for a phone call here. You can be texting. This is so super simple to do, or not do.
I'm glad you brought that up, Lisa, because this is your weekly method of operation. Every single day that you're in this business, you want to do at least 15 minutes. And I'm talking 7 days a week, 365. 15 minutes of text blitzing. Don't let a day go by where you do not spend 15 minutes in your business, right? Now, you can send out probably 5 to 10 texts, right? Some of them will be follow-up, some of them will be new. But that's your daily method of operation, no less than 15 minutes. And then on Saturday or Sunday, I happen to like Saturday mornings. You get the most feedback, response back. People are answering. Kenny Haywood's got 17 texts out. This is how we get down. I love it. Are you working, Kenny? Where you at?
I'm at work, my brother.
Oh, you are? Yeah, Kenny's
I
working.
got called in this morning. Well, I had to take care of a few things, so I came in.
Nice. He's chefing it up.
Yes, sir.
So just think about that. Kenny's doing this at work, a couple weeks ago, I had Eric Marcarin. He was doing inventory at his business, and he was texting while he was doing it. It's funny, Tyler, man, you look like you're on TV right now. It looks like you're on a TV interview. Cricket, you got the Cricket logo in the background. Does it not look like he's on TV?
Yeah, Brian, that's my younger brother.
Oh, okay. Nice. I love it.
Yeah, man, I'm at work as well.
It does. It looks, for some reason, what's behind you looks like you're on a TV show.
We're gonna start.
I'm actually at work myself. I just did 35 people. I have 1,500 contacts on my phone, so I finally passed my B's. I have a lot of builders that I reached out to.
I love it. You and I are in the same boat. I have yet to. I'm still in my C's since we started.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I gotta go back to work. I got my 35 in.
All right, brother.
11 people came back to me, and my 2 cousins are in that I reached out to. So I'll be working on them this week.
Great job, my man. That's the way we get it done.
All right, boys and girls, have a good text blitz. Talk to you later.
I'm amazed how quickly people get back to you on a Saturday.
That's what I found. I'm telling you, Saturday mornings it was better over any night of the week or day. Saturday mornings is when people now they're generally doing chores and errands, but they're not at work is the point. Mm-hmm. They'll look at the text. Yeah, this is the sweet spot. Saturday mornings between 8 and like noon. Amanda's got her hands full with her baby. That's awesome. Yeah, I just want to make sure that when you're sending a text, that for those of you who haven't learned about auditory flow and visual flow, when you send a text, you don't want to just send a block of information. You want to break it up into digestible things that the mind can read. When you send a block of information, there's a good chance a lot of people won't even read it. They'll just skip it, especially if it's a long one. Well, you want to say, hey, how's it going? So there's an introduction. There's something to engage them. Space, and then why you want to get together. I'd love to catch up. I hope you and your family are doing well. You want to physically break those things. It wants to be little digestible bites of information in a conversational tone. So before you send your text, read it out loud. See if it sounds like you talking, or if you have language in there that you wouldn't normally say to somebody in a conversation. It's not an email. It's not a formal letter. You know, we use shorter words. We use, you know, slang, you know, stuff like that. Unless you're talking to a CEO of a corporation, talk to people like you talk to them. Make sure the text has visual flow, right? So visual flow is when you look at it and you can have bite-sized, digestible things that are going to cause them to move from one sentence to the next. That's visual flow. Auditory flow is you saying it out loud to yourself, making sure it doesn't sound like a script or something you wouldn't say. Does that make sense? Now, visual and auditory flow is part of copywriting. This is something you can institute in all of your businesses. When you're sending emails, you don't want to send an email that's a block of information. People won't even read it. You want to keep it short, sweet, digestible bites. You want to bolding, highlighting, underlining on powerful phrases. Now, this is email, right? When you send an email, it should have something that captures them in the header. And then when they look at the email, there should be 2 or 3 things that are bolded, like highlighted or underlined, that they will read. Because that's what they do. People scan emails. They don't even know they're doing it. That's the way our brains work. We scan the email to see if there's interest. No interest, it's gone. And the first interest has to be the header, the subject line. You won't even get past the subject line on an email unless you have some good copy in there. So this is just business 101 now. For all of your other businesses, this business, anytime you're communicating with somebody via text or email, visual and auditory flow, something to capture them. Anybody get over 30 texts? We're getting close to 9 o'clock here. Nice, Jeff. Now, the whole idea of Saturday mornings, right? I would love to see you guys get to 50 texts, which means you're going to have to keep going after the webinar. You need to set the goals for yourselves, but my personal goal when we hang up is 50 texts every Saturday. You know, if you keep doing that every single Saturday for the next 52 weeks, again, you'll have a massive business. You'll have a good paycheck. You'll be helping a lot of people. You'll have an engaging, fun team. You know, it'll be very, very rewarding and satisfying. The other thing I want to mention too, guys, I just had a couple of, we can start text blitzing for customers as well, right? We can pre-enroll customers. We should all be starting to do that, especially in the first 5 states. That's what you're doing, Kenny, yeah. What are some of the things you're saying, Kenny, as far as it relates to texting for customers?
Simply a couple people. I need your help.
Perfect.
Just simply put it.
Yeah.
You know.
Is that all you wrote, or what did you follow it with?
3 people I just put, I need your help. And they all said, sure. What do you need?
Perfect. Now, if anybody knows Kenny, he's not going to try to sell them over the text. He's going to set up an appointment and go up a face-to-face and hug them. Give him a big hug.
You know it.
So I want that to be clear, guys. We're not selling people over the text. If you try to do that, you're going to fail. You're going to have a very, very low success rate. We're only texting to pique curiosity, get an appointment to show the business, or get an appointment to go sit with somebody and show them how our product can bring value to their life and catch up as a human being. So we're not trying to be a robot and digitally automate this. We're only sort of automating the contacting and inviting portion. Does that make sense?
Right. Can we mention the event on April 12th?
Absolutely. Feel free.
We have a launch in Sturbridge on April 12th that Russ and I are hosting, and Rob McFadden, Jenna Marzullo, or Stockwell, and Brendan Kenny will be there. It's at the Public House, which is 277 Main Street, and meet and greet starts at 6:30. So I'll put it in the chat.
Perfect.
So who won the 5-pack today?
Yeah, let's cut it off. Who's got the most and who's got over 30? Derek Richard had 35. Anybody over 35? Jeff, what do you got?
Right now, actually 47.
47. Anybody got more than 47? Going once, 47 going once, 47 going twice. Jeffrey Gardner.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, brother.
Make that 49 now.
Yeah, kiddo.
And climbing.
I love it. So guys, you got to figure out what your number is. When I was launching my company last time, my number was 100. It took about 2 hours every Saturday morning for 52 weeks straight. But those 2 hours made me the #1 recruiter in the whole company, even over the top income earners. And again, I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that to impress upon you. It doesn't take much to run this business. If you can't spend 2 hours in your own business, right, on a Saturday, then you're not running a business. So you need to figure out what you want out of this. And then set yourself a goal. Is it 30 people on a Saturday, 50, 100? Give yourself a command and then follow that command for the next 52 weeks and just surrender to the process, right? You're going to, the whole part of it, you're going to learn stuff, right? You're going to have some horrible, embarrassing failures. And what we want to do is laugh at those things, right? That's how we learn. It's the wind blowing on us. But trust me when I tell you, you will get very good at this. Now, this skill, the skill of network marketing, all these skills we're talking about it, I was able to take those and go start 15 other revenue streams with it in the last 3 years. That's how powerful these skills are. Contacting, inviting, piquing interest, the NLP that we're using. You can use these skills and open up any business. So understand the power of what we're doing here. It almost doesn't even matter if you're successful in VIV. If you learn these skills, you're going to be able to do anything. It led me to public speaking, presenting, teaching, coaching, training. Led me to my fiance. A lot of things, those of you who are new don't even know the journey that you're on with all of us here. So, all right, guys, anybody got any last minute questions? Well, great job. I think we, if we take the average of 30 times, what do we got here? 24 people. I think we had over 30 people at one point. So we got close to 1,000 invites together in an hour. I want to ask you this. Like everybody here is in our team. How many of you would like to have 30 people in your team underneath you on a Saturday putting out 1,000 invites for 52 weeks straight? See what I'm getting at? Let's build our teams. Don't just show up yourself, show up with people. All right? If I can do anything for anybody, you have my number. I appreciate each and every one of you, and we'll catch up next Saturday. Actually, we'll see you guys on Tuesday night's webinar.
Thanks, brother.
I'm going to send this recording out too, so you guys will all have it. Have a great weekend. God bless, guys.